Hello, good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Nice, right on. It's good to see everyone's face on a Friday afternoon. And just by way of kind of introduction and whatnot, I'm excited. We've tried to keep up our honoring folks in our community who are doing great things, even despite Corona and other things. So for us, this is another installment of our Volunteer of the Month and our One ABQ Awards. And I also want to thank the nominees. And a reminder to everyone on the call, if you ever want to nominate anyone, I think you all know how at this point, but reminder, we do love lots of good nominations. So today we've got two individuals that we want to talk about. And let's begin. I'll share a little bit about them and virtually give them their certificate. And then if you would like to, if you're a recipient, we'd love to hear some words from you. Also, if you were a nominee and you want to talk a little bit about the recipient, we can do that too. So let's start with Jesus Mendez, the owner of El Taco Tote, place I've been to literally since you opened. And it's a little further from where I live now, so I don't get there as much as I used to. But just as an aside, when I was running for state senate, now 12 years ago, I drove a little yellow bus around. And your place was one of the few places where I would park it out front and get food, but leave it there for an extra couple hours so everyone would see it. Anyway, so those are some of my memories of El Taco Tote. But anyway, in response to all that's been happening in school closings and so forth, Jesus and Claudia have offered free lunches to any children in cars that came through their drive-through. And so El Taco Tote has prepared 20 meals a day, Monday through Friday, for the first 2 weeks when schools were closed for distribution. Also at distribution at Casa Feliz and Plaza Feliz apartments. And these are supportive housing communities in Albuquerque's International District, my old district when I was a senator. And thank you so much for that. And such a wonderful example of that one Albuquerque spirit. And on both fronts, the drive-through, but also, taking care of some folks who, are going to need that extra food. And I'm sure tasty food, which they very much appreciated, not to go into the APS alternatives that were available, but I'm sure yours was much more welcome. So, and also David Poole for nominating Jesus and Claudia. Thank you so much for that. Great example. And so want to present you guys with the award. I'll hold it up there kind of for fun virtualness. And we can do our virtual clapping. All right. Also got a one Albuquerque pin for you. And we'll actually try and get two to you. So Claudia can have one too. So with that, would you guys, team El Taco Tote, want to share a few words? And we'll make sure we're getting everyone unmuted here and that kind of stuff. So just stand behind.
Thanks.
There we go. Go ahead.
David Poole, he reached out to us while we wanted to participate in a drive for the children. And he told us, sometimes parents go to work still and there's children who he knows who need some meals. And we individually 20 meals prepared every day for him to pick up for the plaza or the apartments according to the kids. We want to thank the city very much for reaching out to us and giving us the award. It's been an honor. It was always in the pleasure to try to help out the community, and this is a big response and honor that we accept very proudly. Thank you guys very much for that.
Right on. Well, congratulations. And also, David, I don't know if you're on, if you want to share anything, up to you, no worries if not.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And you kind of said it all in terms of the way Jesus and Claudia do business. There was absolutely no hesitation when I asked them about the possibility of their providing these meals for our families that do not have vehicles. I work with the Greater Albuquerque Housing Partnership, which operates those two apartments complexes that you referenced, the Casa Feliz and Plaza Feliz in the district. And you talk about somebody who is optimistic, who's upbeat. On the day before they closed, and they knew they were going to have to close because of the COVID restrictions, Jesus and Claudia were just as upbeat as they were the first day I asked them about it. They said, we're going to have to close, we'll be back, and if we can do anything for you in the future, you'll be sure and let us know. And in fact, when I contacted him for his email just a few weeks ago, when I heard that he was going to be a recipient, he didn't know why I was asking him for it. I just asked him for it out of the blue, and his response was, let me know if I can do anything for you again. So to me, the two of them really, as you said, are just great examples of just totally selfless, community-minded service. So I thank you again, Jesus and Claudia, for on behalf of myself and the family and the many families that benefit. In fact, when we stopped, when we had to stop, they were asked, the kids were asking, what happened to the tacos? Because we then started serving something else, which was not quite on par with what we'd been receiving. So thank you, and thank you, Mr. Mayor, for the opportunity to say something.
Awesome. Well, thanks for all you do for those communities. I'm glad you shared. I thought you worked with the partnership, so just glad to know that, and thank you so much for having the conscientiousness to think about how much they'd appreciate that food. So. All right, well, thank you so much. And let's transition over to our volunteer of the month. And I think Michaela Padilla has joined us. I see her there on the screen. She was nominated by Stephanie Griego. And Michaela just has an incredible background. And she's the chair of the New Generations Committee. And that includes the Del Norte Rotary Youth Leadership Academy. And of course, the Rotaract program, which is Rotary in Action. And the Foreign Exchange Student Balloon Fiesta Weekend, the Community Service Community Members Program, Saranam, which is an amazing, they do all sorts of things, but she works on the Thanksgiving Food Basket Program, also the Safe House Holiday Program. You can see why she was nominated. And the Angel Tree Program, ALS Walk Team Organizer, ALS Walk Team Pre-Tailgate, and even the APD Officer of the Month Program. And gardening at Safe House. So Michaela, I don't know how you have time for anything else, but we really, really appreciate it. And also, it's super special to have somebody engaged also at just a very young age, which we really want to see. So I'm excited for all the lives you're going to be able to touch across your lifetime, and just with what you're doing right now. So, Michaela is responsible for organizing volunteers, collecting and shopping for food in need for 70 backpacks that go home every Friday from one of our elementary schools. And I actually have helped out with this program. It's amazing how much the kids love this. There's also something cool about the backpacks, which I'm sure you know, like they have like pride in the backpack too, and that it's full. But so because of your help, many of these kids do not go hungry over the weekend. And I would also just share a quick shout outs to Rotary involved in some of these programs. I was actually part of Rotary. I was a Rotarian in Cambodia, of all places. So I used to live there, and they were active there. And so I do know about their mission, and I think it's something too. It's great to see that they're still active across multiple generations. So Michaela, thanks for everything that you're doing. Congratulations for being our volunteer of the month. And we got a nice, also one Albuquerque pin for you. And we'd love to hear a few remarks from you. Michaela?
Well, thank you guys all so much. Thank you for this award. I can't even believe that I was nominated and that I was selected. I don't have a lot of extra time, and what extra time I do have, I love to spend it giving myself and giving my time. There's so much need in our community, and I'm so proud to be from New Mexico. And I'm proud to help our community as well. So thank you guys all so much for being here and for supporting me. I couldn't do any of it without Rotary. So thank you to all my Rotarian friends.
Nice. That's awesome. Well, and Stephanie, I am not sure if you're on. Stephanie, you want to add a few thoughts too?
Yeah, I nominated Michaela because of her heart and because of her age. I expect a lot of things from you because you've got that energy and you've got a good future ahead. So I'm looking forward to that. You deserve it all, babe.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, congratulations and congrats to both our award recipients. And thank you for just truly representing that one Albuquerque spirit in both aspects. And also, I appreciate, Michaela, how you mentioned, you know, how much you love the city. And I think for almost all of us who live here, we feel the same. Albuquerque is a special place. And even though we've got challenges nationally and locally on all sorts of fronts, I think it's also important to remember that we do love where we live. And so thank you for making it a better place. All right. Well, thanks so much, folks. We're going to wrap it up. And I think our MCs might add in some other info, but have a safe and fun weekend. Take care.
Thank you.